Step 3, concealer. Moving on to step 3, which is concealer or primer or primer. Today I have this primer, which is a colour balancing primer, and then later I will also use an actual concealer with the foundation. Today we'll just open this up. Now this is known affectionately as the green cream because it is green. This is used as a primer, but also as to offset any redness in the skin. So lots of us would have redness in the skin anyway, but unfortunately due to treatment, even those who haven't suffered that way tend to get a little bit more redness. So I just put a tiny little bit of the green cream on the back of my hand again. Layla doesn't have much redness in her skin, but I will just demonstrate how it's to be used. So the green cream is just patted into the skin. So it's not like a moisturiser where you kind of rub it in, let it absorb. This just kind of sits on the top. You do need to be careful not to use too much. Too much and you look like you're going out for Halloween. Layla has a little bit of redness on her cheeks. She doesn't really have anything on her nose, though you will find very often around the nostrils is a very common place for redness, and also some people get redness on the chin, which Layla doesn't have. So I'm not going to use any more on her today because there's really no need. But I have come across women who, would need a lot of this green cream to help. It also helps with flushing, which can happen as well. Step 4, foundation. During our workshops, it isn't always possible to have exactly the right match for every woman who's attending, because obviously these products are all donated and what foundation is in the bag is in the bag. But we'll hope that we can adapt this sufficiently to suit Layla's skin tone. So I'm just applying it with a little sponge, but obviously you can use your fingers, you can use a brush. It's totally up to yourself. Applying foundation is always best to apply in the centre of the face first, because the centre of the face tends to need the most. So then you can sort of blend outwards and upwards. And if the colour isn't quite ideal for the skin tone of the person, by just blending it outwards, by the time you get to the edges of the face here, there's very little product left, so it won't leave that horrible tide line, which we always try to avoid.
Especially when you've no natural hairline. It's hard to know when to stop.
Where to stop. I usually I don't apply fresh foundation to the eyelid area, but whatever's just a little bit left on your sponge, and it just kind of helps to bring the eyes into the whole blank canvas that we're looking for.